Okay, you said he was...
Okay, well, let me,
Okay.
okay.
Had one of them.
Got her ready?
Yeah, got her ready.
Well, now, it was reported, always reported to us, of course, I've got no history for it down in black and white, that they owned the township of Baltimore, and of course land was nothing then.
Mm-hmm.
And so they hired a lawyer, Dad's grandpa, and brother did, to go back to Baltimore and to see if there could be anything salvaged yet. They just went off and followed the game and just left that still for taxes and so forth. But it done gone out of their hands. It's where the city of Baltimore now stands, they said. And the lawyer said it had done so much time had elapsed that he could not do nothing. But always after that, he drove a big car and looked good, and they figured somebody bought him.
Still
So
politics.
Was that the two half brothers?
Yes, the half
And their
brothers.
names were Piersall.
Their names was both Piersalls, and one of them, now it was their dads that bought that, the two half brothers, and they come to one of them come to Missouri, and the other drifted on further east. But the two half brothers that married my grandmother, they lived there. One of them was named Thornton Piersall, and that was Dad, his grandpa. Now let's see, what was, I believe the other one being John. I believe his name was John. You know, Grandma, our dad's mother married two Piersalls and two Nichols. And she was a practicing physician. She didn't have no diploma, but she just started in as a housewife, and then she went from that to practicing medicine. And I don't reckon that she ever had our daughter-in-law, but what she was the doctor when they babied her. None that I know. She'd always go stay about a week, and she practiced medicine everywhere and went a horseback. Rode a side saddle. You ever seen them on a side saddle? You know. And so there was one old man that the doctors got in, old man Triplett. I remember him. And the doctors got into what they'd do for him. He had a cancer in his leg. Well, Grandma and one other doctor, she cut his leg off and took it out and threw it up on the shed while the other two more was in conference. And the election got in bad over that. Politics got them out of it. So that was, and then now the dad was akin to the Warners too. And he had a cousin there, Trav Warner. And somebody turned in, or somebody still had it still there, and they come and destroyed it. And so Dad hadn't heard nothing about the still till he met the fellows coming that had really owned the still, but they wasn't the ones that stayed there and run it. Hunting for him, Trav had told him that Dad turned him in. And so Dad hadn't known nothing about even about the still, turned in. But he smelled a mouse and told the fellow wanted to know where he was. And Dad told him he hadn't seen him today. He was supposed he was around home, and he stayed here and went and stayed a year till he got a chance to straighten it up, but he wasn't known in it and stayed away. If they hadn't, they just took him too.
Yeah.
And they just shot him down.
Mm.
And then Dad and Trav, they lived there 2 miles of one another, but they never did speak after that. And all of Trav's excuse was turning him in, and he said, I knowed you could leave and stay gone till they straightened this up, and he said that I couldn't leave. Said my wife was sick, and I couldn't leave, and I knowed you could.
And why don't you see?
Okay, go on.
where did the Piersalls come from originally, from the old country? Do you
From
know?
England,
They came from England,
came from England.
and they're all English there.
Yeah. Now, and my mother was Dutch, Scotch, and Irish.
Dutch, Scotch.
I know. And they was Englishmen.
Do you know what part of England they came from?
No, I do not. I do not. If I ever heard, I expect I've heard my dad say, but that's been a long time.
What was Grandma, my grandmother, your mother's maiden name?
My mother,
Yeah,
Hobbs.
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 I knew that. and-
Prairie Hobbs.
yeah.
Laura Matilda.
Prairie Hobbs is a girl. Prairie Hobbs. And he come and lived with us after she died.
And do you remember Uncle Lando?
Yeah, I remember Uncle
And he was
Lando.
crippled, you know, that's your
Yeah.
brother.
Uncle Lando was Grandma Piersall's brother.
Yeah.
Now he stayed with her. He's carpenter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he was talking.
Mm-hmm.
He was buried over here on the old home place.
Oh, was he?
Hopper's old cemetery.
Yeah, he's
Where did Grandma Piersall's family originate at?
They originated in Pendleton County, Kentucky.
Pendleton County, Kentucky.
Pendleton County, Kentucky.
When was Grandma and Grandpa Piersall married? You know, we're trying to kind of get a family tree. You
I
know.
know what.
Yeah.
Well, have we got the dates of that or anything? No,
Well, it isn't that important. I thought maybe you knew.
I don't know. I don't know.
I've got my mother and father's down, but
I don't know. We've don't know exactly when they was married. Now I remember when my grandma died. I was just a little totted out like that, and we went in the buggy up to Pendleton County, and Grandpa just sold everything out and come back homeless. They didn't. They was moderately poor people, I suppose, and they didn't have a great lot. There was not no land. They wasn't landowners, and so I don't. And Grandpa never did leave. He never did. He lived with us long as he lived. Then there wasn't no rest homes.
Yeah. No, you stayed with
There
the
shouldn't
young.
be now.
Yeah,
The
stayed
younger
with
ones-
next of kin.
The younger ones took care of the older ones.
well, I don't know, some of them
And
are all
that I see so much of that here.
Yeah.
Taking them when they ain't willing to go and so forth.
Yeah.
With that, it is. Now, Garrett's wife's in the rest home here at Perry, of course. They had got well off and they was able to pay anything.
Yeah.
But they were hard. They bought a house here in town, and she owned considerable land.
Yeah.
Did out there around Texas.
Yeah.
And so she's in the rest home at Perry now. But they hired a lady to keep her here for a long time, and got so she wasn't able to keep her no longer because her health was failing, and Nola his mind had slipped. She's all right, she'd know you and me and everybody else or something way back on. But in 10 minutes, why she'd tell you probably she never had to hear it tell her. Just
Yeah, mine's coming and going.
come and go.
She just knows the kids farther time when they go out. You know, and Kenneth goes off and he lives there.
So she has the best of care.
He lives here.
Of course,
Town.
it talks like it used to have been prohibitive, but
Yeah. Well, she's got enough that she can live comfortably the rest of
she
her
can
life.
live comfortable the rest of her life,
Yeah.
and
She just as well, instead of leaving it for the kids, she's earned it, so let her live
well,
like.
she was
bit.
lucky enough that her brother. Now she took care of her mother, took her to her home and
Right.
took care of her.
I remember that.
And then she had a boy that was he was in Pearl Harbor the night that when they blew up Pearl Harbor.
got no teeth.
And I don't know how he got a hold of all of his money, but he left her better than $100,000 in cash. And I don't know whether it was probably part of it and indemnity from being in there and getting shot or.
He might have, he was a bachelor, he was never married, was he?
No, he
No,
was
he was
never
never.
married.
He could have played the stock market a little too,
He
you know,
could have
just,
done, after he got that money, why,
Right.
he could have played anything.
yeah, right.
You bet you.
He could have parlayed that into quite a chunk of
Yeah,
money.
I don't know where they.
And it's just lucky, he was one of the lucky people.
Yeah, right.
And
Uh,
so he left him well off, and then Garrett had got to be pretty well off.
Yeah.
And struck oil on that land.
Oh, yeah.
And
He was pretty well to do
he
too.
was well to do to start with.
Where's J.E. and Isaac at, Gertie's boys, you know?
Oh, Jay's
Well, they're
dead.
in Florida.
J.E.'s dead?
Oh, he's been dead.
Jay's dead, and Isaac's living yet.
Oh.
But Jay, Isaac, you know, him and his first wife separated.
Mattie Lou.
Mattie Lou, I know Mattie Lou.
Him and Mattie Lou separated. Then she married a preacher with a whole bunch of kids. And so
They're
I
in
don't,
Kentucky.
never have known too much about Jay, and Isaac's never been here since. But Jay, he come every once in a while yet. till he
Okay.
died.
Oh, yeah. I
And,
always remember when Aunt Gertie would come, she'd bring a big cream can full of blackberry preserve. That's the best stuff I ever ate.
Well, that is, that sure is. I never get it made like that no more. We bought blackberries and tried it, but we can never
I tell you,
get
why don't you come, we got blackberries coming out of our ears out
Oh,
there,
you do.
right in our yard. You can have all them big old blackberries, you have all you
Well,
want.
we,
Yes, but you said that she made wild black,
Now, that
Yeah.
was wild
and
blackberries.
what we
They-
have is tame blackberries gone wild.
Well,
But they do have wild blackberries, something they call
Out there,
wild
too.
mountain blackberries.
Well,
and they're probably
we
the
used to
same
think
thing.
it was great to go on into them mountains and get huckleberries and sorrels and one thing and another that grow wild in there. Did you ever eat any huckleberries? There's
Oh,
all
yeah.
the bushes right
Yeah.
back there.
Yeah,
probably they're grown back there.
yeah,
Yeah, they do.
we have them back there.
And the rattlesnakes, they wouldn't let along
We,
with
we don't have any rattlesnakes out there. We have, in eastern Oregon you do, but we're in the wet, we're out in Portland where it's damper most of the time, so we don't have
We've
rattlesnakes there.
We've got lots of rattlesnakes here.
I
Yeah,
know
that's,
I don't like them either.
that's what Dot said. Dot was telling about, they told him about, they's killing rattlesnakes around her place, because they tell me to be careful, watch.
She's been scared to death of them.
Amelia come out there to the, I ain't been too many years old, just before we left the farm. And she drove out to where I was just quitting from getting off the tractor and turned it off. I seen she looked pale and I said, "What's the matter?" Oh, she said, "There ain't a thing." And so I said, "Follow me on the house, I'm done ready to quit." And when she got over there, she said, "Don't go about that cave," because she said there was a rattlesnake here on the porch, and he said, "I was trying to put him with that a forked outfit that we used to kill dandelions with." He said, "I was going to try to kill him with that," and he said, "I swung him into that cave, and he went down in the cave steps." Well, it was damn sundown. I said, "Well, I don't know." I said, "That's too close for me and a rattlesnake to aim to spend the night." But I don't know. So I got the flashlight and throwed it down in there, and I couldn't see nothing. Well, first I went and got my fire gun boots and boot socks, big and heavy on my leg, and put them out over my britches. And then I couldn't see him, but I said, she said he's down there because I just drove over there. And so I just stepped down into the cave, about 2 steps at a time. Well, that thing was about halfway down the cave steps, and the cave steps was open in front.
You know them old caves.
Yeah.
Dave.
Oh,
I've
he
been
was-
down there many,
He
many
was
years.
laying there quiet in that. Well, I told her, I said, go down there in the pickup and bring the rifle, and you stay on top of the cave there and stick it down to me, and and I'll shoot him back up under there. He was between me and the outside.
He was wild in there when he went down, you know, wild under the steps. But I had hit him.
But
with
he
that
never did,
charge.
I guess he must have been kind of addled because he never even rattled, and when he was quiet with his head looking back in toward back behind the cave steps. Well, I couldn't get to see his head, and I just shot him in the biggest place I could find in the snake. Well, he just turned around, hung coil, and I just stuck that fork and stick down over his, right behind his head there. And then just held it with one hand and throwed another shell in the barrel of the rifle and just stuck that down and shooting holler points. And I just blowed that whole head off. Shot him him laying on that cement, and that bullet splattered, and there wasn't any of his head left. And so then next day or two we killed another, and I reckon the mate to him was.
They claim where you find one, you're going to find two.
That's what they claim.
You generally do. And then another pretty narrow escape I had with a rattler, which usually I always went to Sunday school, and I sold eggs to the neighbors there, and I gathered them up at noon always. Well, when we got in from Sunday school, why, I went down and gathered eggs, never changed my clothes or nothing. And I just had them in my cap. Well, I turned around toward there, and there's a big old rattlesnake come out of the main hen house and went across that laying room there. And, well, he crawled in that fur of me. And I just never moved or never said a thing, and all I could have done was hit him with them eggs. So I decided, though, if he stopped the pile, I'd kick him out the door, if I could.
They say they won't bite.
And they won't hardly strike unless they're quiet. And so then he went on out and went out a knothole. And so I just got the rifle and brought it down there and put it in the feed barrel. And every day at noon then I'd watch for him. It wasn't very long till I seen him laying with his head up under the hen house in the shade. And so I just shot him there, and then I knowed I hadn't killed him because I couldn't get to see his head. His head was laying up under the hen house in shade. But I shooting him with the holler points, it had pretty near cut him in two when we did get him out. So I just went to turn things loose around there, and Mellie wanted to know what I was going to do, and I said, I want you to watch on the back side there and tell me if he comes out. And I'm going to hook the tractor to that lamb room and move it. I said, I ain't going to leave him, stay around here no snake like that. I said, he's crippled bad. But then he pretty quick he said, he's out on this side, and he said he's pretty near cutting to. But I went around there and killed him in the old hen house laying there tore loose yet.
Did y'all drive in?
No.
Oh,
no,
you
we
did
didn't
really
drive
like
in.
you ought to circle around.
Yeah,
Because
no, we
the old
didn't
hen
drive
house
in.
is still there and
How?
everything's still.
My grandson had put some.
He met him down at
I met him at Shattuck a while ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we was in there eating dinner, and Dot introduced us to him.
Well, he's sowing wheat.
Yeah, that's what Amelia said.
He got done.
I've still got the cattle out there. I'm still looking at
How many head of cattle you got now?
29 head.
29. Say we come by your place and come on around, circle west, you know, and then back south.
Yeah.
You got acres and acres of sunflowers out there.
Yeah. You want to stop and look at them?
We took a picture of them.
Oh, you
Oh,
did?
Yeah.
he did.
Well, that's
Who's growing them?
Neil Larky.
Oh, Larky? I remember the name
What do they
Larky.
do just for the sunflower seeds?
Well, yes.
They're,
harvesting them
uh,
just for the land.
Them is well, now first this last spring, he had that in wheat. Well, he sold the wheat pasture off of it and grazed it out. And then he's got that herb digging. And he, then when cattle grazed it out, all the wheat off of it, why, he turned around and plowed that and sowed that back to sunflowers. And he got them contracted. They contract them so much. They're a new thing of being rolled right around here. There's quite a few of them, but they contract them so much a pound. Them furnish the seed and everything, but he's going to their specification, but they're to take all the seed at so much a pound at the elevator.
Mm.
And I think he gets maybe, what was it, 14 cents a pound
I
for that
think that's
seed?
what
And
they
they look
said. I
like they
forgot
make a
to
vast
check
amount of
what
seed
they
to
said.
look at it.
Yeah, it does. 14 cents a pound he gets for it.
Yeah.
I wanted one. I wanted one just to see how it, Wayne said, well, he'd get
I'll
one
get
later
you
on
one.
when they harvest them, always lose a head or two, you
Oh,
know.
yeah,
He said,
sure.
I'll pick up
And,
one.
So I
But that
told her
I
I'd get her one,
see
or
the
I'd
larvae,
catch him
I
out
do
there and
real
get
well
one
that I
anytime,
get
but I
one.
wouldn't just get in there and cut one.
No, not being he's raising them for profit.
Profit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for profit, he
And
said.
he's been my neighbor there for years. It'd be all
He
right.
Yeah.
teaches school up here.
He wouldn't care.
No,
Oh, no,
No.
he's a teacher up here at school anyway.
no, if I'd have been out there, I'd have got you one. And I'd have told him not to.
But they are pretty.
Told him I'd stole some of his sunflowers.
Yeah.
He said, well, why are you doing that? I said, well, just think of all the sunflower seeds that you can buy in the
Oh,
stores.
yes.
They've got to be raised someplace.
Well,
And these kids,
they-
you know, about.
it's a new crop. It's a new crop here.
Yes, it's new. These
What
got
did
the first. Down
How's
south
our
here, there's
new
a lot of.
president standing out in your part of the world?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not buying any more peanuts in the world above before.
Well, I ain't either.
I don't know. I don't.
I think there's a lot of disenchantment.
Yeah, I don't think he is. I don't think he is what he's all cracked up to be.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I'm
I'll tell
afraid.
you what. I didn't vote for neither one of them. I wouldn't have voted for Ford at all because a farmer and what he done when him and Russia got together on this here wheat and dropped it $100.75 a bushel, never has put it back. And then they embargoed it and didn't allow us to ship any, and so that disqualified him in my idea. And then he sold out. I don't think he might have been all right, but he had sold out to Nixon and was making his word good to Nixon. That's all I ever got him in there. And then when Carter went in, I thought maybe that being a hillbilly like he was, that the Lord maybe had played a trick like he did on Moses and them, getting the Hebrew children across, and maybe he'd been brought up out of them woods to redeem us. But then when he got in and turned around and raised everybody's wages and his own and so forth, and unconstitutional, and never give them a vote on it or nothing, I said, he's a wolf in sheep's clothes. Ain't no use living. I wouldn't, but I had voted when I went to vote. I wouldn't, I said, I don't like Carter. And I'm a Republican because my dad was. But I said, I always vote for the man. But there ain't
Right.
neither one of them, and I voted for that old McCarthy, and just a protest vote. And I said, and there's about 2 or 3 million done the same damn
Yeah.
thing that I did.
Yeah.
But it was a protest vote. And I was,
Yeah,
I was
it's
all,
sure too bad that the Democrats didn't get somebody better than him to put in there because they'd have won anyway.
they'd have won
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah.
And
Because
it's
I
a shame
didn't,
we
I
didn't
didn't
have
really,
a good one.
I wasn't really voting for nobody, but I was voting against both of what
Yeah.
they had, a protest vote. Because I wouldn't have voted for neither one of them. If they hadn't been them, nobody but them two, I wouldn't have been
You
over.
wouldn't even have voted. No, I think there's a lot to be desired in him. I
haven't
didn't vote
found
for him.
anybody yet that voted for him.
I haven't either. I don't know how he got in, because I sure didn't vote for him.
Well, I didn't vote for him. But now, I just allowed maybe the Lord, you know, predicted that he would bring a man up to bring the Hebrew children across the Red Sea and so forth. And they predicted that Moses would do it. And he did all right, but then he took some of the credit for fire furnace according to the burning bush, you know, and he got to see into the promised land where there flowed with milk and honey, the creeks did, but he never did get there, he said. He was held in the wilderness and died there. Because he took, they wanted the water from up there.
Well,
and he-
somebody evidently wanted to.
smoked the rock and had the water come out and the smoked the bush and it
I guess.
flamed
school
up
teachers and had
to
do
make
like
fire, and so he took the credit for it instead of giving to the Lord, and that displeased him.
Yeah,
According to the Bible.
Well, honey, reckon we ought to go.
Say-
We're just making a
Where
fast
you
trip
gonna-
through.
where you
Ain't gonna
going?
stay all night?
No, we're running short of time.
Do you, y'all want some iced tea or something, don't you?
No, I don't
No,
think so.
I
We
don't
just
think
ate
so.
a little while ago.
Well,
We're hitting as many places as we
I'm
can.
gonna go by and say hello to Kenneth.
We should be
Haven't
way
seen
on
Kenneth
down the
in
road.
years.
oh, you're going on.
Yeah, we're on our way home.
west. Oh,
We're on
you
our way
are.
home, yeah.
Yeah, we're on our way home, but we just decided
We've already
that we're
been
gonna
we've already been
choose-
gone 3 weeks now from home.
Oh, you have.
Yeah, almost 3
And
weeks.
what
Well,
you get, a
sure.
month off?
Well, we
But
should be
I
home.
tell you, this was one of my stops on my agenda when I left home right here.
Well,
Yeah, we made up our mind. We're gonna
But
we're gonna
we,
stop here.
if we didn't do anything else,
I'd like to stay all night.
we'd like to.
Yes.
Even if
but
we
we just
to say hello and
Okay.
goodbye.
we're just gonna run awful short on
How
time.
How did you think
I've
y'all
been the
was?
cook here
I
for a
guess
good
she's
while,
busy.
but
Yeah,
but
She sure it sure is hard for her
she
to get
got better
around.
and run me out of the kitchen.
And Marvin-
She didn't even know me when I come to, just like you.
Well, they got each other.
I
and-
know you, but I couldn't place it.
That
You
she
mean,
could
Buzz,
too.
that Elby didn't know you? You mean Elby or Doc? I'd say, did they both know you?
Yeah,
Oh, did they really?
yeah,
Oh, well, I wondered.
yeah.
Oh, you
Well, I
changed
didn't
so
know.
much since Albie
I
died.
know there was somebody that I know, but I
I
couldn't
did
place it.
too. I
His
did
face
never
looked
remember.
familiar to me.
Looks just like his mother's.
Then he said when riding that calf, I know.
That's what aged me so much. Riding them calves that you always put me on.
Well, I don't. Oh, we didn't put you on.
That
We
would
got on
that would
you
be.
on pretty well before.
I
You
don't
said,
I don't think I got on mowing pretty well. I think they talked me into it.
Look, I'll tell you right now.
Knowing him, anybody in his right mind wouldn't have got on one of his calves.
Well,
No, that's right. Little
now the-
bucket calf round
you would have
the
rode
yard.
that calf if he hadn't a ball. That just nerved him. I just scared him speechless. And he rode him 3 or 4 more jumps after he balled. But boy, he sure
I've been
did.
tacking on his wheel.
This fell
I've been
sprawled out.
fixing a double knit snow. Oh. I've been-
Oh shoot!
No, my wife
Well-
been in the hospital
I,
for a long time there.
and then I was just attacking.
Well, she looks good now.
She looks-
I come to the door there, and I knew her just a minute I walked to the door. I heard somebody coming. I was going to ask where you lived. I didn't know whether this or not. And she come to the door, and I said, "This?" And then I saw her, and I knew who it was. I said, "Your name's Amelia." She said, "Yes." I come on in. I said, "Don't tell me you don't know me." She says, "You're awful familiar, but I just can't place you." Just like you. You knew you'd seen me, but you didn't.
I know that I should know you, but I just couldn't place you.
Yeah.
Well, I just didn't dream of you
Yeah.
ever being here.
Yeah. No, we've been going away from home almost 3 weeks now. Now we're on our way back.
Some other kind, and it didn't
And
work.
that is
The
as
heart
far as
medicine
I
sure
know
did
about
put me
that-
in the hospital then, and
That
so he took it off. I
The
think.
Piersall.
family tree, the Piersall.
Piersall's moved, according to a book I saw, from Winchester, Kentucky, they say, according to this book I read at Irish's, to Oklahoma. Was that 1903 or 11?
1911, we come out.
1911, yeah.
Real good.
You come out here in 1911.
The winter before that big snow,
She's still a
when I
working.
couldn't get
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
to burn here.
Well,
Did
our
Ollie
Mr. Avis thought maybe
Ollie
she
die
would
and
come
a
up,
baby?
before
All I died
winter
was just
vacation
14 years
come-
old with a
come
typhoid
through,
fever.
you know,
14 years old typhoid
but she
fever.
wouldn't have been here, yeah.
Ollie died with a
But she had
typhoid
got a
fever when she was
vacation.
14
I
years
don't know
old.
either. She took a week off.
She
while we were
always
there.
went
Did she?
with the
She
boys
was off
and
when we
whole
got
corn
there.
and tobacco or anything.
I don't know when she
and
started
worked in the
taking a
field
vacation.
all
We got
together,
there.
and Gertie took care of the housework.
No, we got there Thursday evening,
And
and we stayed with her for.
Well.
We
And-
went on.
you know that
Last night we went
that
out to
mountain
Kurt's and spent
structure
the night
there,
out
you
there,
could-
but we had been out there
well,
every
when you
night.
plowed up down
And
on
then
spring,
back.
why
All but
it'd
one
be,
night.
you'd have to get in there with one of them old eye holes
Back
where
there
the
with all
handle
of them, and they was-
went through a hole in the
Yeah.
wall and beat them clods up.
Glenda's got quite a
And then,
bunch, hasn't she?
To raise anything, but you can raise anything you wanted to eat, but there
Is
wasn't no
there
use to
anyone
raise
around
now a bit
Helena
more
Harding
because
that you know?
nobody
anymore? I
did-
mean,
Nobody
that
wanted
they-
it.
nobody
Yeah,
wanted
there's
it.
quite a few.
Is
John
there?
saw
It'd
several.
have made a
that
man
you
mad,
did.
don't didn't give him any garden
I
truck,
wondered
because
if
everybody
there
had
were,
it.
that's
Yeah.
been a long
Yeah,
time.
there's a few.
Everybody had it.
Goodness.
And, while
Most everybody's gone now.
that's where Dad and
I had
Mom
a
run the
friendship
store after we
quilt that
come,
was pieced in 32.
well, you can get
And
back up on the
Just so
hill
many
there
of them are gone.
and cut your wood
And
and
their names,
just
you know, on that
slide
quilt.
it down.
I had got it down the
There's
other
road
day, a
cleaned
while
off
back.
down
and
all
put a
over.
line.
We call it
Never
the
had
roll
finished
over
it.
hill.
I said,
And
well,
you
if
can
I
just
gonna use
lay
that, I
your
better
wood
do
up there and
something
when you're
else.
half a mile
I
down the
got it
house and it'll just slide right into the yard.
And it's pieced in 32.
Just lay it up in there. and
Did
that's
you
it.
raise a lot of tobacco?
Well,
We
they
didn't
leave
raise
them all
any
over.
there then, but we later moved to Clark County and raised tobacco. Didn't raise no tobacco out
How
there.
is Joe? Did you
But
see
later, after that, well, they got to raising it up in there.
They
So,
had him in the hospital.
we'll always, Dad always got his tobacco
little
from
bit
back there,
better.
but Gertie always
Yeah,
said it.
yeah.
She was down in the White Burley
He
district.
was- he
Now,
wasn't there very long.
our
Then he
tobacco
watched you
wouldn't
go
have cured
through
up
his
bright
overalls so he
and
can-
pretty like the
Yeah.
Clark County land. It was limestone land and now it was different land.
Short.
While now in the
I really
limestone
hadn't
land,
talked to the girls
they
to
would
know
have,
just how he was of late.
would
I haven't
have
seen
Been
him.
in the hospital. a couple
burnt that, you know, slack that
Mhm.
limestone, they made a fine
His mind,
country out
they
of that
just
after.
too.
That old crawfish land,
Well,
about there,
By the
down
time,
there.
but he just
You could
liked to
do
get out.
It wasn't very deep to water, but they'd make big bounds of it, and then you could drop a little clod in there and it'd hit the water down.
Oh,
And so,
yeah. Right
people
close.
sick about
Yeah, it
those,
was-
he just,
Them
just.
crawfish would wall their hole up, so they, I don't know what they done that for, but anyway, so
She always
They
has
get
done
ours,
this
yeah.
ever since she went in there. Till,
And,
we were out to Guinness,
we
Marty
didn't-
was here.
they didn't
You're
raise
old,
nothing
I
back
think,
right
in
now in the
June.
mountains on what they wanted
And
to eat.
I don't know what she.
They never,
Because every time she
there wasn't
passed
nothing
me,
to spend
she
money
knew
for
he
them
was
at
son
that
of the
time.
bunch, and she'd speak to him, you know.
And
We stayed all day.
you can mail a letter for 2 cents.
Yeah.
I
And,
don't know what she ever knew us, or not really.
So-
Kenneth had told her.
Times have changed
that
a little,
we was
haven't
there,
they?
and so I really
Boy, it's
don't
changed
know
a
if
lot.
she knew us the last
It's
time,
got
but
so
she
hard,
always has, no matter
If-
what, she knew us.
if you ain't got the money when you, well, I don't know right now how a man would
I wasn't
make
sure,
it,
man.
that he could keep of his own.
Yeah.
Now, I've got a little money lent out to the banks for both on certificates of deposit and on the passbook
Mhm.
outfit. And you only get 4% on your passbook. You can check it any minute you want to.
What are you, what
But
you work?
and on the
I work in
certificate
a
of deposit, you lend them that
manufacturing
for you.
plant out there.
And then you've got to pay interest
How many
that you
grandchildren have you got? How many-
pay
Well, we
income
got
tax
two
on
now,
interest
Two.
on that.
Yeah.
And that
Half
costs
of
you
the
as
nine
much,
in,
or right at as much.
December,
Maybe you
and
might make
then
it 1%.
Oh,
Now, by the time you pay
My
35
boy.
to 37% for
Now I got one of
for
each.
the bracket you're in income tax.
Yeah,
Well, the interest on that,
now he's a third.
the interest on $1,000 will cost you right at the same amount, and on 4% you won't have a dime left. But how's a man to ever accumulate any money when
No, you can't. I'm gonna
Johnny.
try to retire in about 5 years now.
well,
A little over 5 years. I'm gonna try to retire at 62, so we can do a little traveling and maybe enjoy ourselves.
Enjoy life a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, We should have done it, but we got so we waited until
We waited too long.
Mm-hmm.
waited too long to do it.
The only thing, when you're working for somebody else, then you can't wait till you retire. Now, if we had a place of our own, it'd be a
Yeah.
little different.
Yes.
Yeah, if we're
Yeah.
working for
But,
ourselves, it'd be different. You're working for somebody else.
Well,
Then you're ready to get out.
well,
Yes, you're ready, yes.
I've got 240 acres of land up. And I ain't owed nobody a
Oh,
dime for 40
he
years.
doesn't need to,
And
but he's still got.
I used to keep 100 head of cattle, and now
He
I'm
does.
Well,
25 or 30.
something to keep you
He's
busy.
12 miles old out there in the storm
So
in the
I-
winter time, and he had pneumonia. I thought we
I went through the
January.
30s
I
when
didn't think he was ever
they were,
going to-
which was rough.
But
It
he
was
did.
really rough,
And I
wasn't it?
don't know
Sold
what
a
that
lot of-
caused it. I don't
lot
know.
of-
He just,
Cattle and hogs.
because the Piersall,
from the-
all the whole
Yeah.
bunches.
But I never did.
is-
Now, Glenn and
they're
me,
chronic too.
Your dad
Whole
and
bunch.
me.
So I don't
When they
know.
was killing them cattle
But
in the
Yeah,
fields.
yeah.
that's a drag.
We decided
When the
that
snow
there was the fellas that come out there to shoot them with
He
4
says he's
shots
gonna
and all
sell
of them.
it,
Yeah.
but
And there was a mutilating cattle and them bawling and some shooting their eyes out.
but
We decided
anyway,
we wouldn't ever kill no cattle for us. We would just ship what's surplus. Nobody raised no feed. We didn't have nothing to feed them on.
But he's been so
and,
much better ever since he had
You
that
couldn't borrow no
old
money
six bell.
because the banks just didn't have it alone.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, if he had
And
word. that
We
could-
took a semi-load of hard John Richardson over where he was teaching school at Cheney. He had a semi-trailer truck, and we sent a load to Wichita, Kansas, by him,
Ready to go
a
anytime.
semi-load. And when we got the returns back and all expenses paid and paid him for hauling and all, we had $18 to divide up between the two of us for a semi-load of cattle.
And neither one, your dad and we neither one of us had any money.
No.
We needed what them cattle brought, but we didn't get anything
Well,
out of it.
Now, Graham had a farm out by, he had bought a farm out by, oh, that's Stratford.
Texoma.
Texoma
Yeah.
out in there. And I don't know what did finally come of it.
We just didn't realize anything at all
I
out
know
there.
you didn't tell
Yeah.
me.
That's
And
what
so,
I-
but I had mine, happened to be, now the Riggs, there's 2 brothers over here that lent me. And when they told me, and I said, you keep everything that you can get starved through. Because it said this thing has got to come back. And for us to sell you out and make you sell out, you don't owe no interest till this thing comes back. And I had 60 head of hogs there to sell. And they said, we'd like to buy 2 of them though, to butcher 1 apiece for us, Frank and Tress Riggs. I said, pick them out and I will deliver them to you the next day after I sell these and show you the weights, and you can have them just what they have, ready them on the interest of the old. Well, when I took them hogs, why, they brought 2 1/4 cents a pound, and they weighed average 200 pounds. Well, that was 4 1/2 for butcher hog. Well, they looked at them and looked at the weights on them. He said, we don't want to buy them by the pound. He said, we're going to credit you on your interest with $15 a head for them hogs. And I said, well, just do as you please. But I said, that's what I got for them, as I brought the weights to them. And they said, you don't owe anything that you can starve by and you think might live through the winter. Why, I said, keep it. And he said, things have got to come back. If they don't, he said, the money won't do nobody no good. And it wasn't very long after that, you know, the government killed cattle and didn't give nothing for them. And then done the bad job of shooting them. And we shipped ours and didn't get anything out of them. And so they gave me credit for $15 and told me I'd keep everything. And if it come back where he said you'll have something to sell, and he said it can't stay this way forever. And pretty quick it was back again.
But they begged us and begged us when we went to pay that note off, that land. not to pay it. They didn't need it. They, you know.
Said if you
you
take it a
remember
little interest, he said
Riggs,
you could
do you
speculate on
remember
it and
Buzz?
make money, but I said no.
Does he remember
I've
Riggs?
got the
I
money
wonder if
now,
he did.
and
They
there'll
was
never
old
be another mortgage on that
residents.
without sickness or death puts it there.
But
And
they
it's never
begged
been
us
there on
not to
since
pay
then.
it. To just go on like we wouldn't pay the
Never been there on since.
We still
But that
glad to
was
get
the
that paid
whitest
off.
man I ever
We just
done business with.
What was her name?
had it
Riggs,
on the-
Riggs.
Cousin Frank Riggs.
You don't remember the Riggses.
I remember the
They
name,
were
but I
old
can't.
residents
They
there,
had,
you know.
they had, just
They've been
come here
dead
with
long.
nothing like, and saved their money and saved a little at a time till they got to be worth a lot of money. A lot of money.
Well, you know, I could go on listening to this all night long, but we're going to have to go.
Well, I'm sorry y'all just.
I'm sure appreciate you coming back.
Well, like I say, this was one place on our agenda before we ever left home. We was going to come by and see you.
Well, I'm
Well,
sure
I'm
glad
glad
you
we
did.
hadn't-
because we sure-
Hadn't seen you in a long time.
Sure glad you did.
I saved up my
How's
vacation
it-
time so
how's
I could
Joe?
stay longer out.
Well,
Yes.
not very well. You see, he almost died here at 2 spells. He even turned black, dark, and they quit breathing and everything, but they brought him back. And Kurt, I went down and see him the other day. He knew me after I told him who I was. You know, he finally knew me. But you can't talk to him but just for a few minutes. He's there in a rest home. And after that, he wants you to bring his overalls because he wants to get up and leave. So you can't stay but just 2 or 3 minutes and talk to him, you know.
Yeah, well,
But Kurt says he's a little stronger, you think. Of course, he's laying flat on his back all the time.
yeah.
And he can't get around himself. at
No,
all.
no,
He
no,
can't.
no.
But Ed Hayes against us.
That's bad.
He don't know much
He ain't
anymore.
Who?
doing long.
Ed Hayes, you don't
Oh,
know.
I remember Ed, yeah.
Catherine's
I was just looking at his picture up there a while ago.
Yeah.
That's Ed Johnson.
Mhm.
He was in the rest home in Kansas.
Oh, yeah.
And, what's the name of that little place in Kansas where her sister runs the telephone?
Larnard, is it Larnard?
No,
No,
no Larnard's where his other sister
where
was.
Edna lives, I guess,
Oh.
where Elle lives.
They sold Ed's farm a while back, one of them, or his home place, to have money to keep him
keep
on.
Uh,
His brother-in-law was the administrator, and he sold it to high bidder for cash, bought $250 an acre. And if a rabbit ever crossed it, he was carrying a lunch pail because he was afraid to risk it. Find some deal on it.
what year was Catherine killed in that?
49.
1949. We've been wanting to know, and I almost forgot to ask you.
49 wasn't it, Bill?
I think that's right.
I know it was.
I've got.
Yeah, I know we was out there, but I couldn't remember what year it was.
49.
Okay, well, gosh, just like I say,
Well,
I
if
can.
there's anything that you think
See,
of,
Moran, I don't know, she runs the recreation hall up here. I called Ed, he was out of the house, but she said she was up there. I'd like to see her, who knows.
We, like I say, I'd like to listen to this all night, but we're gonna.
but
Oh, I'm sure.
anything that you think of that you would like to know, drop me a line.
Okay,
and
I'll sure do it.
I'll answer it by return mail and to
Okay.
give you any information that I can.
Okay, we'll sure do it.
Yeah, our boy would kind of like to find out, you know, some
sure.
things. And, I don't have anyone on my side of the family. Everybody's gone.
Well,
And it's really unusual because even my uncles are gone, my parents are gone, and there's just nobody except
Well, you-
my uncle's wives.
You
and they
don't know what
anything about it.
it makes me, it just puzzles me and makes me think when I want to find out something, and by God, I've got nobody to ask nothing. I'm
Yeah.
the oldest one I know.
You're the only.
Well,
Yeah.
see, actually, I'm about in that position.
you're
she-
about the oldest.
There's nobody that I can ask.
I'm just in that position right now. There's nobody.
But I don't know anything. I don't know anything very far back because
Sure.
there just wasn't all that much. You know, there's a lot of people remember what I remember. I've got older brothers that remember more than I do.
Yeah.
And so, but they don't know enough either.
Well, I've
And,
got no brothers and there's nothing left. I'm the only one in the whole
I have 2 brothers. But,
family.
You'll be 85 next month.
I'll be 85 the 25th of October.
25th October.
And I can still get out there and dig a post hole about 30 minutes a day.
Yeah, but you'd rather fish, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I tried that yesterday.
Oh, he was tired last night. He was.
I tell you, going fishing wears me out too.
He
But no,
tried. I told him
But
that's
we
right.
had,
But I
we
don't
had
like
pretty
to
good
dig
luck.
post hole or anything like
We,
that. But I don't.
I had
I'm a
a
rudder, so-
pond out there that had went dry here before. I've got the pond, a big one on the school land over. And so I turned 18 bluegill in that and brought home a couple of messes. Some of them, well, we brought a couple of bass about like that. They wasn't none up big, but we caught a lot of them.
Back here, where you lived in cross southwest, or is that spring still running back over there?
Yes, sir, that's
Yeah,
right.
he still farms
That's my
there.
school.
That's a
My
school lad
farm,
there.
yeah.
He's still farming.
And if you've seen any cattle, the white and red and white faced mixed in that band on Old Wardam Springs, that was mine.
You know, I don't-
Charolais is mostly.
There's a lot of times still on that road a lot.
I was telling her that used to be springs back there, 'cause Dad used to have cattle in there, and we go
Yeah.
down and milk them right there and pour the milk in the cream can and take it back home.
I've had that lease
Didn't get my cream.
ever since, you see, I had that lease and Glenn had it in there.
I wanted a couple of cream cans. There's a
And
guy there in Mellie.
he had that old-
And I was gonna buy them from him,
Mine in now that had the spotted colt.
so I didn't get them.
And
Forgot them.
she was down there in Pastor, the pastor over at the house.
Again.
But I've still got that, still a farming. That's
Yeah.
it.
That person is
Well, we
Still got it leased.
we gotta be going.
They take their.
Grandma Piersall.
Ever take Grandma Piersall down there?
But now me, you know what I did? I don't care about fishing.
I don't either.
I took the rifle and the dog and we went squirrel hunting.
Yeah, well,
Oh my.
I've laughed 100 times
Well, I
about
don't.
Howard and me was fishing. That we all if I finally played him up and down the creek like that, where to get out.
Matty comes by every year.
Howard said maybe you'll lose him, huh?
Yeah, maybe he'll get off.
From Fort Rock.
He didn't offer to help me.
Jim's living with him too, you know.
But we was fishing a while back, and I don't know whether you ever fished enough to know anything about these walleye pipes.
Would they have a lot of those up in Iowa?
Well, now we have them here, they shipped them in here. Well,
She's just a little bit older. than
Sherry
me.
is my youngest girl's daddy-in-law, and me fishing a lot together. He's retired. And so we went down here to Lake Vinson, and so I told him I had caught one once before that like bit my thumb off when there. And they got teeth, you know, even
Yeah.
in the roof of their mouth, and this saw teeth here. And I told Champ, I said, get that thing in my tackle box, it's the thing you take the fish out of where they swallowed it. It's got long needles on it and then flat. And then you clamp with it. I said, that fish will eat you up if it gets a chance, because I put near lost a thumb. Well, he got that in his left hand, and he got out here to fool around, and that thing got his head around and snapped him there and bit him in the fingers. And that blood squirted first near that door, that teeth had got part of 3 fingers. And so I said I got my foot on that head so he couldn't get loose, and I said, now, you hold up here and let me, and I tore him a pocket handkerchief and bandaged his finger. And just as soon as I stopped that, they didn't cut no big, it just stuck, gouged a little hole. Why, the blood clotted right away. I was just fixing, I said, well, I dip netted him, he was all about that long. And they've got
3 feet long.
They got a awful, and so when I dip netted him, and he got him up close to the bank, and I dip netted him, and he just cut the bottom of that net out with them teeth, and went right on out, and I just slapped my foot on him right behind his head, and I had to stand on his feet and not turn him loose, and bandage Champ's hand. And I told him, I said, you keep your put that hand in your pocket.
On vacation, stopped to see Wayne Piersall and get some of the Piersall family background, so to speak. And wonderful time. It was really nice seeing him again. I hope I get to see him again pretty quick.